Yep. Hello. Is this working? Yeah, of course it's working. Alright. A little bit sooner than usual, I have another video thing. Little bit of a difference in environment. I'm using my dad's Mac this time because, well, already mentioned before, my laptop's taking a long time to render something. Now, I do have it next to me. What I've done is, this is the reason I'm making another one of these so soon. What I've done is, I've closed all programs other than this program, but I did open Task Manager so I could go through the settings and get the CPU to focus the most on Cinema 4D so it renders faster, hopefully. I've also disabled the headphones which aren't been plugged in, as well as the built-in speakers. I've also just turned off the internet, as in I've just switched off, it won't connect. As well as that, I've gone through my computer's options and I've made sure that it never goes to sleep mode or shut itself off, which means it should stay open the entire time. So, all in all, the laptop should be... Oh, I've also turned down the brightness. So all in all, it should be focusing the most on just this render. Fortunately, I did to test out how quick it would go. I stopped the render and restarted it. Now, because I wanted a much better example of how well it's rendering, I've rendered one of the angles I haven't clicked render to yet, and it is 6 frames out of 1021 frames in, and it predicts this will take 21 and a half hours. And it's still going up. It's just reached quarter to 22 hours. So, what I said last time about, I think I'll end up not putting up the original idea for my animation. I don't think my original idea for the animation is going to come into fruition, because this is all going to take way longer than I expected. I don't know if I'll even be able to... I'll have to make a big backup plan, like a really big one. That will be my go-to because this is taking so long. I think, hopefully by the end of this, I'll at least get one render done. And it's irritating, I know. But I think what I'll have to do is project the same render on all 4 sides, and I'll have to rewrite the script so it is only focusing on the plasma weapon. It won't show off the extra bits, which I was originally planning to do. It will just talk about the plasma. I'm really sad that I have to do that, but because, well, I don't know if it's the model or it's my laptop being so crap, if I lack a better word. Yeah, I would be able to get this done sooner. I was hoping that, although it would take a long time, as in it would probably take the entire weekend, I could get those 4 renders done. But clearly, that is not going to be the case. So, I hope, although, like I said, it's going to take an entire week, in my opinion, to render all this, and I do have an entire week. It's just whether I want to spend all that rendering one thing. yeah. I think I'll just have to. It really is disappointing me that this is how it's going to turn out, in my opinion. I keep looking this way. This is where my laptop is right now. It keeps deciding how long it's going to take, but no, it's decided. It's going above 22 hours now. It's decided that it hates me, and it thinks I have nothing better to do. Alright, well, you know what? I am going to set up the 4 renders again. I'm going to delete them all off the render queue. I'm going to set up the saves again, which won't take long. I just need to add 1 to the render queue, set up the particular camera angle, and then choose which, if I recall, this is, at the moment, it is rendering the back side, which should be camera back, apparently. No, wait, no. Back is front? How did I save this? This is weird. Hang on. F1, which means it should be the front, but the camera is back. How did I do to this? So, you know, I'm going to do that now. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to delete. Yep, I'm going to delete all of these. Okay, close the render queue. I'm going to just close Cinema 4D entirely. So, might as well turn around. You might be able to see it. Hang on. There we go. So, close this dialogue. It keeps on coming up with pop-ups. Just for when I get the full version, or buy it from us, or whatever. Okay, so surprising how long it's taking to do this, even though I set it up so it only focuses on this one program. So I accidentally loaded one of the old models, which I didn't need to. So alright, that's closed. Plasma on. Okay, so I'm gonna right click this. Actually, what are these? What are these? Alright, so right click this. Might notice the bird right there. Whilst I'm loading this up, although it has nothing to do with project, I might as well give a backstory to the birds back there. Her name's Bub. I didn't name the bird. It was my sister Liv. She's not like super young. She's almost done with college. She's on the insurance for one of our family cars. So she's driving around in like a Polo, I think. I can't remember. Which I should. We've only got 2 cars and that's it. Anyway, they found. Well, she was a lot small at the time. They found Burb, and she had fallen out of the nest, and yeah, we knew that she would die if we didn't, pick her up. So that is essentially what we did. We adopted her, we took her on, we looked after her. If I recall, she's a collared dove. Problem is, she thinks she's people, as in she's remarkably active despite being in a cage. She does not mind it at all. And just so you know, we have tried to get her to fly. In fact, I think she was flying for a bit once. I only got a glimpse of it before she she glided straight into the fence. So that was a particularly loud bang, but God, was it hilarious. But yeah, we have tried. We're gonna get to plans to at least make her feel like, oh, she's in a tree, make her feel a little bit better, but although this is an obvious joke, she likes to spread a seed. She just makes a god-awful mess all the time. It's horrendous. Why isn't this loading? I've clicked it twice. Alright, I'm going to open Task Manager and see if I can fix anything. Okay, good. I had to open Task Manager. Oh, what's happened here? Okay, it's still recording. Sorry, screen went black. That scared me for a moment. Anyway, I've got to load the Task Manager up, so because every time the program reloads, it resets its priority for the CPU. So at the moment, this here is just Cinema 4D loading. Anyway, so she thinks she's people. Unfortunately, she's not afraid of the cats. Thankfully, none of our cats want to eat her, but we do have a cat who likes to play. So at one point, we did walk in, and a little kitten, D, or I'm probably going to get. I have been corrected on the pronunciation, so I hope I get this right. A little kitten D, which is short for Daenerys, as in Daenerys Stormborn, Mother of Dragons. That one. There we go. So there's the model. It looks black, but it's just because of the textures. Don't know why. Might I just say, I was experimenting for most of Thursday with textures. Might I just say a lot of Cinema 4D's default textures for metal, they're not great. They're not great. It's very hard to find something which works. Surprisingly, I went for a gold texture for the cylinders. So render adds to render queue. Yeah, it's added now. So this is on use. Hang on, this is always confusing me. So hang on, so I go to cameras, use camera, right? Okay. Because I accidentally did this lopsided, what I've set up is the camera which I've labeled right. Unfortunately, this is showing the back, so I think it's front. No, that's the back. Okay, it's options. No, camera. So I want back, which is actually the front. That makes no sense. Okay, so let's look at the render queue. I want this to be back. I'm calling this plasma F1 for front one. Good. And I'm going to start. Well, first I'm going to go to here, right click, set priority, set it to high. Yeah, change priority. Now I'm going to close Task Manager. And now I'm going to click Start Rendering. So, first I'm just going to make that full screen, just because. Now, estimated time. I've just watched it dial down all the way from 200 hours down to, well, around that. And it's slowly filtering down from 60 hours, went from 60 to 50. At the moment, it's trying to make up its mind. It was at 48, now it's back at 57, 59, 61, 63. It's just going up, isn't it? Guys, already it's covering like 4 days. It thinks it's going to take 4 days to do this, and it hasn't started rendering yet. It's still at 0 out of 1021 frames. So 56%, okay, so I'm going to turn down the brightness again like I usually do. So I think it might help. So I know there's been a little bit of an odd video. In fact, because I'm recording this on my dad's laptop, this video won't have a thumbnail for a bit. So that's going to irritate me. thankfully, one of the last things I did recently before oh, there we go. It's just gone down to 22 hours. So it'll take slightly less than a full day. So that's nice. So this has been a bit of an everywhere kind of vlog. It's started rendering. It thinks it'll take 26 hours and still going up. Anyway, this will take a while, obviously. So I've already explained what my plan is. Jeez, 28 hours, still going up. Oh, God, I hate my life. Anyway, so that was pretty much all I really want to talk about. What my plan is to try and get this to render faster. Of course, my laptop disagrees. I don't know how to fix it. It's taking much longer than I'd expect. I'll tell you something. This is the microphone, which I don't know whether to say I was going to use or not, because I was going to use it with the Mac to record this vlog. I dug this up from from the loft. It's a condenser microphone toner. Or toner, I don't know if you're supposed to emphasize the OR as much as I did. It probably is just toner. So I'm not sure. I did feel behind the Mac. It had two little jack plugs. I assume that one of them is for the microphone, but when using QuickTime, like I am with this Mac, to record through the webcam, I can just move the mouse and it would show how much is picking up. It wasn't picking up that much when I had this plugged into either of the jacks. I did check. Frankly, I didn't stick my head behind the computer to see if there's any little symbols, because I couldn't be bothered, frankly. So I think I will, after this vlog's done, check again, but with a mirror or something this time, stick my head around, figure it out. Things seem to be going wrong over and over. I'll just say that Cinema 4D, it's like a bungee right now. Remember when I said it will take like 25, 26 hours? It's back down to 23 hours. It's doesn't want to make up its mind. Anyway, this has been an almost aimless vlog this time. This has been almost ramblings. This has been trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, because at the moment I really need to come up with a plan B. It's back at 24 hours again. As you can tell, I'm not impressed by the performance of my computer. It is plugged in, so it's just connected to the mains. It'll figure itself out. Yeah, okay. This is very much an aimless and very thrown together, rushed kind of vlogs. Although it's much sooner than I even said I'd schedule it by, which frankly I'd rather not keep mentioning more, because clearly I'm not doing well at following it. I just thought this is an important one this time. 22 again. At least it's 4 out of 1021 frames through. Yay! Anyway, well, I think I have one plan. One small plan. I think what I'll do is, I'm going to, when we get back to college Tuesday, I'm going to copy the file, the whole model, onto my USB stick, which is upstairs at the moment. It's attached to my lanyard with my college ID and stuff. And I'm going to take it to the Mac room that they have, and I'm going to render the same project the way I am now on their computer and see how much faster it is. I'd like to guess that it's a lot faster than my PC Scrub, which has, I think, 500 gigabytes. It's half a terabyte on there rather than the couple teras that the Macs have. So I'd like to have hope that I could get it rendered faster on there. So those are some ideas and plans. I forgot you're behind me, Holly. You alright? You moved your ear a tiny bit. Oh, hello. Alright, well, thanks for that. Just gonna stop now.
Hello.
See you.